3. Legislative review and update. A central priority of my tenure is to modernize Ghana's ICT legal framework in line with international standards. And to that end, the ministry initiated a comprehensive internal review of all existing ICT laws, policies, and guidelines in Q1 2025. The review is now complete, and we have initiated the process of drafting 15 new technology laws, including the Data Protection Amendment Bill, the Cybersecurity Regulations, the Ghana Startup Act, the Digital ID Regulation, and new frameworks on AI, cloud services, digital trade, and platform governance. The ministry will work closely with Parliament in completing the processes for these legislative reforms, which will, 1, modernize Ghana's ICT legal architecture to reflect today's digital realities, 2, secure Ghana's digital ecosystem while upholding inclusion and fundamental rights, and 3, foster a trusted regulatory environment that attracts investments and drives innovation. 4, the Ghana Startups Bill submission. The ministry continues to make strong progress on the Ghana Innovation and Startup Bill. The draft bill submitted in March 2025 has since undergone extensive stakeholder validation through committee-level, zonal, and national consultations, confirming broad consensus on its key provisions. The bill is currently in the legal drafting phase and under final review by a law firm working closely with ecosystem stakeholders. It's currently undergoing due process, which will include the submission to Cabinet and Parliament with the aim of securing passage by December 2025. Once passed, this law will provide legal clarity and registration for startups. It will provide tax incentives and targeted reliefs for startups and a streamlined compliance framework for innovation-led firms. Ghana's advancement on this legislation sends a clear signal to local and international investors. We're building a competitive, investor-ready digital economy driven by local entrepreneurship and innovation. In line with our vision, the ministry is proud to announce that Ghana has been chosen to host the 2025 Global Entrepreneurship Festival. This event, which attracts over 10,000 people in person from over 70 countries with over 100 exhibitors, will happen over a 3-day period in November. It brings into the country venture capitalists, angel investors, and captains of industry to partner the brightest innovators and startups in our country. 5, the National Anti-Misinformation Bill. To protect the integrity of Ghana's digital information ecosystem, the ministry is making steady progress on advancing the National Misinformation and Disinformation Bill. This draft legislation is designed to strengthen legal safeguards against the deliberate creation and spread of false or harmful digital content. It will provide a clear legal framework for enforcement, enabling statutory bodies to act decisively while upholding freedoms of expression. The bill is set to be presented to Parliament for review in its upcoming session and reflects the ministry's commitments to ensuring accountability, fostering trustworthy public discourse, and promoting digital literacy without compromising democratic values. And let me be clear, we will not clamp down on the freedom of expression. That will be respected. However, where your rights to free expression end, your duty not to misinform begins. 6, a national AI strategy consultation. On April 15th and again on the 23rd to 24th of April, the ministry convened inclusive stakeholder forums in partnership with key strategic allies, including the KNUST's Responsible AI Lab, the British High Commission, and GIZ's Fair Forward. These high-level consultations brought together government agencies, academia, industry leaders, civil society organizations, and development partners to co-create Ghana's national AI strategy. The draft strategy, which aligns with the AU standards and global best practices, has completed legal review and is slated for cabinet presentation with a formal launch in Q3 2025. These steps reinforce our commitment to building an ethical, inclusive, secure, and innovation-driven AI ecosystem that positions Ghana as the premier AI hub of Africa by 2028. The ministry is also working on a new emerging technologies legislation to steer a clear path and indicate our desire as a nation to be a major contributor on the continent in emerging technologies such as AI, IoT, blockchain, and machine learning. And on this, you remember that in Q2, we signed a $1 billion deal with the government of UAE to bring in Africa's biggest AI and innovation hub into the country. Work is steadily progressing on that project. 7, the development of the National Digital Transformation and Emerging Tech Strategy. On May 2nd, 2025, I formally unveiled the development of Ghana's National Digital Transformation and Emerging Technology Strategy with a strong emphasis on artificial intelligence. This initiative, crafted in partnership with UNESCO and the British High Commission, establishes a clear roadmap for ethical, inclusive, and sovereignty-conscious integration of AI and emerging technologies into our economic and social frameworks. The key strategic pillars include ethical integration of AI, digital sovereignty, strategic partnerships, and embedding human capital. This strategy remains on schedule for release in Q3 2025. 8, the NGIC 5G rollout deadline. The Next Generation Infrastructure Company, NGIC, our exclusive shared neutral 4G, 5G infrastructure provider, is progressing steadily towards its target of activating over 350 5G ready cell sites. At my last briefing, I indicated that we had set a deadline of June 2025. Unfortunately, the company has been unable to meet that deadline. We have set a final deadline of Q4 2025.